Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for the season of Libra for the Leos. Welcome, Leo. I hope you had a good slow moving time in Virgo. Let's see what we're going to get for you with Libra. Very talkative, very gossipy, very chatty, very communicative, Libra. Very balanced as well. So let's have a good look. Energy around your reading is the High Priestess. So keep your own counsel this month, Leo. It's about really sort of being quiet. There's secrets, there's things that need to be withheld. It's very much an energy of Pisces, this Major Arcana card. So if it's a relationship too, you might have met somebody that just compliments you very well. But there might be sort of a secretive nature as why you can't sort of go telling everybody and sundry all about it. It's all about keeping your own counsel. Very spiritual card too, Leo. So let's have a look. The 10. The High Priestess. Okay, where you are right now, Leo. The World, so the successful end of a cycle. So there you are, things wrapped up. A cycle has finished successfully, usually, but we'll have to see what other cards aspect this. Can be a travel card as well, moving around, or just, you know, winding something up in terms for what's coming next. It's the last card in the Major Arcana too, and I guess that's why it is that sort of finish of a cycle, because it's the end of the major 22 cards. So there we have, it's got that world feeling too. It's very much, it's like going around the world, you know, doing that trip around the globe, winding things up. Let's see that what's winding up though, what's brought on this winding up. Judgment, so there you go, it's time. Karmically, very much a karmic card, the Judgment card. So karmic debt has been paid back to whomever in terms of people in your life, in terms of maybe job or whatever it is, that karmically it's come to an end properly. You haven't sort of just jumped out because you can't be bothered. It's like, this is it. You've paid off every single cent that you owe in terms of karma. So what's next? Two Major Arcana. So pretty interesting reading already, Leo. Let's see what's crowning it or what sits above everything, and it still has impact on this 10 Celtic cross. There's the Page of Cups there, and this is the emotional new beginnings, the messenger, bringing something new in. It's sitting there. It's sort of a tiny, you know, it's almost like an embryo at this point, but it's going to grow into something big. So, but it's very emotionally charged, so it's something that you really want. Can be a baby as well, for those that, you know, have just found out they're pregnant or something. It very much fits in with that. It's like, there we go, off we go again. We are starting a new cycle. Can be a love affair too that's just sort of clicked recently. Still in its very early stages though with the Page. Recent influences, we have the 10 of Swords. So the end of a difficult period, basically. Very difficult with the 10 of Swords. It's just been a trudge through all the lots of everything. It's the family curse card too. It can just be that really difficult situation within a family, within a situation where it's just been going on, and then finally now you get to the end of it, and it's really and truly finished. But the Ten of Swords in this case is really good because it sort of says, yeah, well, look, there's always a beginning, a middle and an end, and this is the end of that difficult time. So it's good. Beginnings and endings. Let's have a look at the lesson, Leo, and see what lesson you'll be learning this month. And there's the Five of Swords. So these are the people, group of people who, yeah, well, they enjoy a good fight. They enjoy provoking, and they enjoy they just enjoy engaging in conflict, really, I guess. And we all have to learn to deal with them. The best way is just to be polite and you know, not really engage too much, because they will bail you up. They will sort of give you their opinion. And it's very much an aggravating card. It's those aggravating people that always seem to have the opposite idea to what it is, and it can be negative, of course. So that's your lesson. And also too with sword, it can be that communication. It can be things that have been not very nice for you, obviously, that you've been enduring, but you've just got to move through it. And karmically that debt has been paid, as we saw with judgment. So yeah, but for next time, just remember, we can't please everyone. There's always some detractors sitting somewhere. There's always somebody or a group of people that don't like us or don't align with us, and that's fine. Just move on. But remember, you know, how to deal with them is the most important. You don't sort of have to go to that level. Let's see near future, Leo. Five of Cups, so regrets. Things coming back from the past, regrets, emotional regrets. Very much a Scorpio card. So it can be, but it's also a worth too, because these regrets or these things that didn't work out, could be an old relationship, you know, that still sits there with regret written all over it for you, and you just can't seem to move past it. It's sadness. But these things also come in because we have to learn to deal with them. It's just part of life. And sooner or later we do move through it, especially if it is swords, all these swords here too, and it's another 5. So it's been a bit tough, Leo, for you guys. But yeah, it's regret, and regret sometimes it's a process. Someone from the past obviously comes through with this, because it's very much emotional, so it has to do with relationship. Maybe they're thinking of it too and thinking, oh gosh, I'd really, you know, this is really unfortunate. But there it is. What's happening that you're not realising? The Sun. So the Sun is actually being very sort of helpful in shining all this light on all of these sort of aspects for you for this season of Libra. It's a yes card as well, so it, you know, it is positive. But yeah, it lets you see things in the cold, you know, in the very bright light of the sun. It illuminates, and it's a good energy card too. So, you know, if we can keep everything in perspective, it's good. And especially to have the Sun in a reading, it's really good. And especially tucked down here in what you don't realise is happening, that it's very fortuitous. So always remember that. And you've got 3 major arcana, 4 major arcana cards. So, you know, it's a lesson to learn, and it's, you know, move on with it. Use the energy of the Sun. Let's see how others see you. Yeah, no obstacles, and this is how they see you actually. So and often Leos are very sort of, I don't know, misinterpreted, because they're very much in the spotlight. They're under the spotlight, they're very much there, and it's them, and they heart energy, all this sort of thing, and other people think, oh, look at that, look at them. Everything seems to just flow well for them. But it's not necessarily so. It's just the way the image, even the image of Leo the lion, comes through like that, as he just, you know, sits under his tree and everyone else runs around in this, but he's always in the spotlight. he hangs with the pride, you know, he's it. So this is, other people see you just, you know, sailing ahead, no worries, no obstacles, doing really well. Little do they know, Leo, that yes, you do keep everything sort of under wraps, I guess, but yeah. Just remember that too. Sometimes we don't realise, or we don't give people enough credit for how they see things. What you're feeling positive about in the Leo season is the Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords. So expect the unexpected. And he's a knight too, so obviously for those of you relationship-wise or you know, male-wise, or it's just somebody that comes in really quickly, can be kind of quite a disruptive energy too. And belongs to the Swords family, so yeah, communicative, but sometimes that communication can be very quick and rushed, and then he's off again. So he doesn't hang around. So anyone like that, you just say, oh yeah, it's nice to see you, but you know, don't expect them to be hanging around for long, because it's just not in their nature. But it's also very unexpected and can really throw a cat amongst the pigeons when he arrives. Expect the unexpected, very much so with him. But I guess this is positive, so you're expecting it in a way, or you're feeling it, and then when it comes in, you go, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. The outcome. Oh, Four of Cups. So we've got everything we could possibly want. We've got nothing, you know, nothing to worry about, but then we found something to worry about. We feel a bit emotionally discontent. Now this is just passing. It's not there forever, but it's just that energy where we sort of should be grateful and we should be this and that. We've got nothing to complain about, but we just feel a bit flat because things obviously didn't turn out exactly how we wanted them to. But therein lies the story of the Four of Cups. It's a consolidation. So you've got to look around and see what is there, what you do have, rather than thinking, oh, poor me. And that can be a bit Leo-ish too, because they like all the sunshine and fabulousness, but then sometimes it's like, oh God, what happened? Nothing's happened. It's just about seeing and being grateful for what you have had and just sitting with it for a while. It will pass. Just going to put a complimentary card on that Knight of Swords and that Four of Cups. Okay, so underneath the Knight of Swords, underneath the surface we have, oh, the Knight of Cups. There he is. Two knights. So, your Knight of Cups. Very much a water sign energy, obviously. Very idealistic as well. Unlike the Knight of Swords that comes in, you know, really rapidly, stays around and then goes again. He's sort of got a different agenda, this knight here. Can be offering proposals, things like that. But whether it's really, you know, because he's only a knight, so is that really what you want? Is it really, or is it... Don't fall for the ideology of it. Don't fall for the, oh, it sounds really good, it's very Hollywood, oh, I'll just accept it. Be really careful of what you accept with this one and the Knight of Swords, because they're both, yeah, they're both sort of still a bit immature. So how long will it last? Will it have longevity? Well, probably with the Four of Cups, either of these two here, I'd be thinking very, you know, I'd be just watching them and saying, yeah, great. But however, let's see what's coming up underneath the Four of Cups if, you know, you received an offer from this knight. Because we know this one won't, we know the Swords won't hang around long, and we know that the Knight of Cups will will be a bit idea, you know, oh, it's fabulous, it's wonderful, white horse, red roses, blah, 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 but, you know, it sort of doesn't really move from that, unfortunately. It's all very Hollywoodish. Underneath the Four of Cups, we've got the Five of Wands. So, yeah, just being a little bit held back. So both of them, it's like, yeah, well, just err on the side of caution with towards the end of Libra, so October time. Don't be so quick to be held back or be ungrateful. Just, you know, just go with the flow and focus on your own things and focus on where you're going rather than, and new cycles for you rather than, yeah, this one held back. So either it's going to come up quite interesting at the end of the season. But that's all right as well. But just remember the lesson being the Five of Swords. So it's a bit of a sort of, and it's in Libra as well. So just mind what you pick this month. Now, Buddha card reading card. Final message. You can't even see me shuffling. Sorry, Leo. And your card is Pure Thought. We are shaped by our thoughts. We become what we think. When the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves. Look deep into your heart and question the motivation for your thoughts, as well as their truthfulness. Do they lead to happiness? When you can remove your own personal fantasy stories from your thoughts, you'll be able to embrace reality simply as it is and understand there is a divine purpose to everything that happens to us. So perfect accompaniment for the ending here of the Five of Wands and the Four of Cups. Yeah, just go with it, you know, just don't fantasize too much about things coming in, offers coming in this month, Leo. Just sort of cruise on through, focusing on yourself and your new cycle beginning. Thanks so much for listening. Talk next time.